Welcome back. Today we're going to be working on a 2024 Chevy Trailblazer with the 1.3 liter in it. We're going to be doing the spark plugs. So you're going to need a 14 millimeter thin wall spark plug socket. I got these off Amazon. I can put a link in the description. But they have a little magnet in it, so it holds the plug for you instead of having the boot. Usually most plugs have the rubber boot in them, the sockets. Maybe to make it thin wall, they did the magnet. You'll need an 8 millimeter, 1/4 inch, 3/8, whatever you got, to get the coil pack, like ignition coil off. And then you'll need a T30 to get the engine cover off. For the spark plugs, it says it's about a 13 foot-pound torque, so we'll torque them down. And then I got a little spark plug gap tool just to check the gap. So if you open up your manual, if you have one still, you look, it says service and maintenance is what you're looking for. So we're going to jump up to page 274 area. And so I went a few pages in, and right here it tells you that if you want to stick with the OEM, so the spark plugs, if you have the 1.2 or the 1.3. So this car had the 1.3 in it, so it came with the AC Delco, the 41-106-IP. And that says it right there, and if you want the GM ones, you get that. I went ahead and went with NGK that are compatible. This is the part number, model number. And then I'm going to double check the gap, but they look identical and everything. And then if you want to know the specifications, right here it says it. 0.6 to 0.7 millimeter for the 1.2, and then 0.65 to 0.75 for the 1.3. So just to check that, it's not too terrible. You would just get your plug. I just have the old spark plug right here. So I flip it over to millimeters, and we're looking for like the 0.7 side. So you start on the lowest end, and you want to hold it up against this piece because you don't want to damage the little teeny guy right there. You don't want to press too hard. So you kind of just slide it until it stops. So it means that one's really close. If for some reason you need to adjust your new ones, because maybe the new ones are slightly too big, you'd grab it and then you push down on it. Obviously that was excessive, but you just push down a little bit and then you recheck. Anyway, that's just if you need to. As long as you're looking online and when you order them and they're rated for that range, you should be okay. But like the new one, just to check it. See, and it gets stuck there around that 0.7. So I'm just gonna check the other ones real quick, and then we'll be good to go to pop these in. All right, this is the engine cover. I already took off once, I just set it back in place, but you just take out your oil cap. You get your T30 on your ratchet, and that's what fits there to pop that out. I already loosened everything. And then, get a little tray, set it in. And then when you take it off, you pull from the side because there is one here and one right here where they clip into these little studs sticking out. Set that out of the way. And then this is where your 8 millimeters is. I just took one out already. There's enough flex to leave it plugged in. So 8 millimeter, get these 3 out, and then we'll swap out the plugs. To prevent any debris, I just like to put the cap back on so you don't drop nothing in there. All right, so I already took this one out. I'm gonna break these 2 loose. And then another thing I forgot to mention when I was showing you the stuff is I like to get a little bit of dielectric grease and put on the ends of the boots. It's just good for connection. So we got those 2 loose. This one I already took out. So grab our new plug, and I know the box had 4 plugs in it, but typically, unless you buy them individually, they come in boxes of 4. The magnet's nice, it holds it in place for you. Get a hand tight there. And then I already set this to the 13, 14 foot-pounds. Good to go. So we'll get these out the rest of the way. One thing I don't recommend using is an electric like impact to break them loose, but you can use that to get them all the way out if you want. So, be right back. There's that one. There's the third one. All right, there's all three of those in. So, and then, like I said, I like to get a little bit of dielectric grease. This is a can version. They have like squeeze tubes and like Permatex. You just get a little bit. You just put it right on the end. Just in case you do need to replace one of your ignition coils. So on the one side there's this, it looks like mine has this gray tab. You just grab your thumb and you pull it away from it, and then you push it down pretty stiff, and then it comes right out, and then you can swap one out. You can also put a little dab of dielectric grease on these if you wanted to. Doesn't hurt it. So there's our third one going in. All right, forgot to add that. So added the dielectric grease. And we're good to go on that. And then you have your long bolts. Just get them all. These started by hand once you push the coil packs in place. And then you can use your little ratchet with the 8mm socket. Or you can go ahead and just use an electric ratchet as long as you don't go crazy with them. Alright, let's start it up. Make sure everything's good to go before we put the cover back on. There we are, good to go. Give it a drive around, make sure it seems like it's running well. And see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.